Hi, Julie Torrens here. So we're going to keep going on our spooky little journal that I'm working on, and it's part of a PM Artist Studio challenge where we're to make something spooky using junk mail. So I'm using two envelopes that were pocket envelopes. So we got as far as decorating one. See, I kept the journal kind of how it's going to go, but we did here and here. Did this and this. And then I've got some craft paper. Here's the other envelope. This side is plain. Here's going to be our middle. And then another page. And then here's the other envelope. And I already cut a piece of card that was left over from the cover. It slid in and then it bent. Well, we'll deal with that when the time comes. I'm going to put it in the wrong way so that it's not bending. There we go. Once it's sewed, we won't have that kind of problem. And then here's the next page. And then we did this envelope. So we've got those two done, and here's the back page. So where are we going from here? And I find this kind of decorating, it's just a lot easier when you're doing it and the book is not sewn yet. So we're going to work on this envelope. I'm going to set this aside. And yes, we've got this pocket. And as I say, it won't want to migrate like that once it's sewn. Now I know that I sort of had a little bit of trouble with this, but there. And there. Okay, well, let's get started with this side. What do you say? Or we can do both of these. Either way. Yeah, we'll start with this side, but I'm going to leave it open. All right, so we're working grungy, which is not my style, but I like the challenge. So I'm going to get some grunginess on this side. Now I'm using a digital that came from Etsy, and the artist's name is Lulabelle Stationery. Lulabelle Stationery. And I downloaded, it was 3 zip files. I want to say it's about 15 different pages in it. It was 38 cents. I have no idea why. It didn't say it was like on sale and hurry up and buy it type of thing. So I'm not sure, but I'm just using this splatter up stencil. I got this stencil years and years ago. I'm using Vintage Photo. I'm using archival ink, not the distress ink, but I like the archival because it tends to not, well, it doesn't move when you get like different mediums on it and stuff. So let's get another one right here, just splattering it up. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to grab another something or another to stencil with. Or how about this? This is those French words that I don't know what they are. And let's just put some of this script writing. So I'm not a big Halloween person. I'm just not. So making something spooky is a little bit different for me, but I'm enjoying myself. And grungy, never been, someone who works grungy. I'm going to go ahead and put some ink around the edge of this. So these envelopes are my junk mail part of this whole thing. But I thought if somebody is looking for a place to like put their pictures from 2023 Halloween, of their kids and stuff, this could be fun. And the envelopes can be opened up and you can put stuff in them. You know, the tops are, see, even though I'm not going to do anything with it, you can still put things in here as well as the side with the window. So yeah, I think it'd be fun. So we're just going to kind of decorate this up. So I started this in the video prior, and I'm just keeping on it going. I'm using, because before this I was doing a project where I was using leftovers and things I had that they were from projects that I had finished, and I just took all the bits and pieces from the project and I had put it in my like a tote, small tote, and that just was piling up and piling up. So I needed to do something a little different to get this going. So I've been working on ephemera that way, but then when this challenge came up, I thought I want to do that. So I didn't take everything from the bugs or from the butter. No, think about it, Julie. The bee journal. And so I've got some of that stuff. And then I got that digital. So I'm using that. This is a piece from a huge atlas that I have, and it's one of the index pages. So I'm using that as my book page. And then I've got bits and pieces from the journal. Now the journaling pages that they provided for you were, they're beautiful, but my journal the size is based on having the envelopes. So I'm just inking the edges of this atlas piece that I took out. I like that layer. Then maybe this layer, or maybe the other way around. Yeah, I like it that way. I'm going to put this one on first using my Uhu glue stick. So yes, Eddie Makes Art on YouTube. We are both in the makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists group that PM Artist Studios runs on Facebook. And he is setting us up with these monthly challenges. And the challenge today was to make something spooky and use junk mail. So I've got my envelopes, that's my junk mail, and I just thought I'm going to make a little journal. So this is part 2. If you missed part 1, you might want to go back to that, but that really is kind of part 1.5, because when I started this journal, today's October 4th, when I started it, right in the middle, everything quit because it's that emergency day where your phone was, and I do my videoing from my phone. Yeah, so it just shut down. And I didn't realize I was in that time frame. So I'm using art glitter glue, because when I try to put this on with glue stick, I just end up gouging my glue stick and ripping my doily, and so that just doesn't work for me. So I'm using some art glitter glue, and if there's little bits that are still sticking up, well, I want to say that's part of the grunge, but no, I just will have to go back and tack those little bits down. That's okay. All right, I like that, and we've got that. So I've got these bits from the kit. We could see if we like one of these. I was going to say, I think I used all the photos, but there's this one where they rubbed her face out. These are some spooky words. We'll put those back in for right now. And there's these postcards and some little tiny pictures. Maybe we'll want one of those. Why don't we start with a postcard? Ugh, I don't like him. I don't know why. I just don't like him. I'm going to leave out some of these smaller pictures and put the word back in. So let's close the art glitter glue for now. I want a different pair of scissors. There we go. These are a little bit easier for me to handle. They're a little smaller. But I'm going to rough up the edges of this little postcard. Maybe put a tear in it. Fold it up like that. Sure, why not? So what's on your table? What are you doing? What's new? It's late because I don't normally video this late. I want to say it's about 5 o'clock in the evening here. But next week, my work schedule has changed a little bit. And I don't know when or how I'm going to make videos. So I really wanted to not have too much of a shortage. Let's get some inking on this. I'm going to go back to vintage photo and get just darkening the whole thing a little bit, getting these edges. The name of this kit is Haunted House. You can kind of make this a little worse there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, but before I glue it down, what are we going to do down here? I don't even know what this is a picture of. Do I have it upside down? Oh, I see. Kinda. There's a haunted house in the way back. Well, if it takes me that much to see it, my eyes aren't bad. How about this? Now I pulled out my Tina, my little things from Tina, because she's got these little kind of vintagey, framey things. And maybe, here's a bigger one. Having a couple of these on here. Let's find one more. Here. I like those. And then maybe by the picture, I've got these little boots. Yeah, okay. Let's work on this. See what we can do. I think I'm going to go ahead and put down the photograph and the postcard. Let's get those down. This is cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue for this. Yeah, the sun, I'm facing west right now. The way I'm sitting facing west. And so the sun that's setting is wanting to just pour in. So I had to kind of change my blinds around a little bit so that I wasn't getting all those shadows that cut across my desk. But that also cuts off a little bit of light. But I think we'll be okay. Besides, it's supposed to be spooky, right? Yep. Some people do their videos and they work with like a candle near them. Oh, I tell you, I'm sure I would end up setting my hair on fire. I really think I would. All right, I'm scratching up the edge of this. And then maybe instead of ripping it, I'll just give it a fold. And I'll hit that with a little bit of ink. That looks wore out. All right, let's put this down. Let me know in the comments what you think, because honestly, this is not my comfort place. This is not when I think that I want to do some art and I want to make a journal. I don't think about grungy, spooky, any of that kind of thing. Nothing wrong with it, just not my norm. And so I thought, time to break the norm a little bit. Yep. All right. Now, I was thinking about these coming down there, but maybe I would like them better just coming across here. Is it too big? Probably. Well, we could have two here and then this one here. All right, I like that. But I think we need a little something to kind of tie them together. I am thinking. Scary, huh? All right. What if I'm going to tear this and then kind of tear it in a backward L shape-ish? See, I think that'll be fine. Let's do that. You're going to get sick of me saying ink it up, but... And I'm going to not just plain old ink it up. Let's get one of these stencils that I have over here, like the Punchinella. Let's ink it up with that. Just working over here on my glue book. I hope you can at least see me some. Yeah. Okay, that looks good to me. How many times have you all heard me say, you know, sometimes I just kind of get a little tired of brown, and vintage doesn't always have to mean brown, and boy, am I layering on the brown. Oh, it's okay. All right, now, she goes up in the corner, or, you know, it's the bottom corner of the postcard. I like her there. And then these two ladies, maybe they're related, maybe they're not, I don't know. Here. And the other one here. Ooh, she's on top. We don't want that. Okay. That doesn't matter that much. Okay. Now, how about this boot? I like that. A little vintage boot. Doesn't one boot bear the question, where's the other one? Doesn't it? Begs the question, I guess I should say. All right, we got that side done. Now this side. Well, maybe we should see about this little journaling card. I think I'm going to just ink up the back a little bit. Sticking with the Punchinella for right now. Sometimes it doesn't look like you're really getting anything on there, but then when you move it, you are. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'll just get some of the, what color is that one called? Black soot. Seems appropriate, doesn't it? There we go with that. All right. That looks good. Now, maybe a little bit of the inking up on the front. Yes. A little over here. Very subtle, but I think that's good. And this stencil is called Hexagon Dreams from PM Artist Studio. All right, I like that, but I think it could use a little more, but I'm going to head into now that vintage photo. And this is going to have more ink. So it's going to be just a little bit darker. There we go. Okay. I think we've got that figured out. Now, I don't want to have it like with crinkly, rimply, sticking up stuff because I think it'll make it too hard to get it in and out. So let's see. I've got some, this is part of the paper that I got, you know, that was in the kit that was designed for turning into a journal page, but I just have been using it for collaging. And let's just get a little bit of this. Maybe put that right up here in this corner. Good. Hit these edges. And get some glue stick. We had a warm day today. Sun coming and going. I guess that's what. Partly cloudy. It certainly wasn't, oh, glue stick's running out. It certainly wasn't mostly sunny, so I guess that means it was kind of partly cloudy. All right, goodbye. And let's get this on here. The reason why I like to use the archival ink is because no matter what I use, as far as if things are wet, it doesn't make a mess. All right, let's put this in the pocket and see where the window is. Okay, so just right under here. What if we put her right there? She's so cute, isn't she? My corner punch hasn't been working the greatest, but let's see if I can round these corners on this picture. Seems to be working. It's one of those things that I need to put on my list and watch for sales and stuff. Punches don't often come on sale, but I need a new one. Okay, where did I say it goes? Here? I think so. Like this barely showed. So maybe put her there. Okay. Now, maybe a little something behind her. I have more of this, and those won't be together. What about, I got this from my Bugs and Butterfly journal. What about a brown butterfly? I like that. All right, let's get the butterfly on. I think it's plenty brown. And close the art glitter glue and get the glue stick. This is a new one, yay! And let's get her on. She's little. She's on the cardstock, but she's so little. I don't think it's going to have a hard time gluing down. And I'm just going to go with hoping. Hoping that shows up in the right spot. Because I'm thinking of this, you know, as a journaling card. All right, now I've got some words. How about vintage? I'm going to tear the ends and get a little ink on that. All over it. And get some glue stick. And let's see. Okay. It's simple, but it's going in here, so I think it will be fine. Look. We did good. Okay. Now, you know, on this one, I'm going to bring up trouble. What do you think of that? And I'm reaching under my desk. If you can see my head, I'm sorry. Lace. This is the scraps, but I've got this black lace. Let's see what we can do with either the black lace or these scraps. See, I think that's kind of cool. Let's do that. I'm getting my scissors here. I want to cut it right about here. That's good. I've got my Fabri-Tac. And I'm going to put it just on this line. Maybe I'll put just a little bit down at the bottom. All right. Not enough to maybe hold, but we'll see. I've got my little silicone pusher. Yeah. Oh, okay. I like that. I think that looks great. And yes, it's going to hang out. It may even hang out of the whole journal. I don't know, but I don't care. I think that's fine. But I think we need a little something up here. Maybe one of those small pictures. I knew I had one under here. This one, I'm throwing it away. It's so tiny, and the picture is so fine detailed. This could go here easy enough. We need to ink up the edges. I'm going into the black soot. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and use Fabri-Tac because I'm putting it on top of that lace. And I don't know how it's going to feel about that. Okay. I'm putting the lid on for sure on this Fabri-Tac because otherwise it kind of bubbles up and out on me. Let's get that on. Give it a push. I'm getting some little inky crumbs. That means one of my sponges is giving way. Okay, that looks good. All right, up here, what are we gonna do? Let's see. I've got the Oh, I got an idea. I brought out I showed you already, the bugs and butterfly stuff. And in here, there's kind of some creepy ones that I didn't use, but now's the time to use them. Like this fly, but that's too big. But what about this beetle? Hey, hey now. I like it. I like the color. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to get my little spongy here, and I think I'm going to go back into the black soot and give this a go around. Yep, I'm getting black soot on the other side. There we go. And then I'm going to put one of those words again. So this is from, the bug is from Shabby Dabby Doodah, Tina's Etsy page. All right, let's find one of those words. How about screaming? Because of that bug. I don't think I'm going to cut it this time. I'm just going to ink up the edge. Okay. Little glue stick. Okay, so this is one side. We haven't done the inside, and that's the other side. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, we've got the inside to do. Well, I say the first step is to kind of grunge it up a little bit. How are we going to do that? Let's grab these letters. Oh, yeah, everything is sticking. Okay. Okay, letters. Right side up, right side down. And let's just get inking here because I know I've got some ink on here. I like that. We can go right across here with it. Of course, the ink is going down, but that's all right. I don't mind the subtleness. There. Okay, good, good. A little more. Maybe some of these smaller letters. Black soot. Maybe, oh, how about this? This is where it's like punctuation. I am caught on my glue stick. Get some punctuation on here. Oh. All the way across. All right, I like that for a good start. I think I'm going to set that over here because that just hooks up on everything. All right, now I am playing with these inks here. And I found what I'm looking for. I bet you know what? I'm changing my mind. This is some music note stuff. And I'm going to open up the sepia. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to my acrylic ruler. It comes off really easy, and you can wash the glue stick off of that acrylic, no problem. All right, let's make it a little bit flatter. Now, I'm not looking for perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just looking for marks. I like this. And again, these two pages won't be side by side. So it really doesn't matter how one side relates to the other. I think a little up here. A little more. Better. All right, I like that. Take you off. Let you sit there for a while. Okay, now, little something more. Should we go back to Punchinella? Why not? Good. Okay, now we do have to think about these as kind of separate. So let's think about this side. Now, it will be that you turn the page from here to here. So I think with this leftover piece, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Okay, now I've got some of these that I printed on paper because I was going to use them for collage, but I think I'm going to cut one out. Now, I'm sorry, I do not normally do fussy cutting on my videos, but again, I didn't know, so I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out because I think we'll probably be using it too. But I think, now because it's paper instead of cardstock, I don't think I'll be able to, you know, really rough it up like I did. I might be able to crunch it up, but I don't think it'll take the folds like, you know, ripping it up or running the scissors along the edge. I don't know. It feels like I would just destroy it. Okay. So we've got this family. I think I want to give it a little bit of that. Good. I'm going to ink up the edge. That looks good. So if we have this here and maybe this here. Okay, that's a good start. Let's get these down. So PM Artist Studios is where my digitals are. We'll probably add a flower or two. My digitals are, they're whimsical watercolor flowers, and I've got a summer collection and I've got an autumn collection. I'm working on winter. Winter's, I've got pine trees and I've got little red cardinals. I have some holly and I have, what else? Snowflakes. And then some kind of icy flowers. But they're a lot of fun. Take a look. I'll link it up where you can see my digitals. Like I said, we'll be using some. You'll see. Even in the grungy, scary, spooky, we'll be using them. Okay, let's get that down. Well done. I do like it on this side better. I'm putting it down. No reason to second and third guess myself. Besides, I've been working on this for several hours. I already told you that It's not all on video, unfortunately. But I'm kind of in the groove of it, you know? I'm kind of liking it. Thanks, Eddie. Okay, now maybe a little something up here. Maybe this is where I could put a flower. Let's see. How about one of these bigger flowers? Too big. Fun, but too big. Yeah, I like this better. Good. I'm going to grab a leaf. Good. Now, grabbing a little of this sepia. Never thought I'd be grunging up my own flowers, but they gotta look kind of old or sad or something, or spooky. Yeah, spooky, that's what it's all about. Let's just give this guy a good rub on one side and we'll call that good. Put the leaf on. And now the flower. Yep. Okay. Then maybe go back into Tina's stuff. Well, you know what? I've got, this is from when I did the, it was a gardener's field notes, but that's kind of fun. It's like a little, I don't know, what do you call that? It's not really a label. Like this is got a crackle behind it. Let's do these two. I like them. Plate, like a plate, I guess, is what I would call it. I mean, it looks like something that you would use nuts, bolts, and screws to put on, like a name plate. Now the holes, I'm gonna just hit this with the ink. I like that. And then we need maybe one of those words. Terrified. Why not? I don't know why it makes me laugh, but I guess because it's kind of ridiculous. There's nothing terrifying about this journal at all. Other than the fact that I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but that's okay. Put a little ink on and a little glue stick. Terrified. Why aren't you sticking? I guess it is. This is bugging me. Let's hold that down for a minute, Can I put this in without tipping it over? Yeah, I guess I can. All right. Yeah, that's stuck down now. Okay, I like that side. This side. We've already got it grunged up. If I go back into here, again, this is, it's like crackly and it looks terrifying. I like that. And then maybe one of these terrifying postcards. Oh, I don't like him. I mean, I'll tell you, don't misunderstand. I feel like the frame doesn't go with the style of the face. And that's why I say I'm just not there with it. That's a chandelier. Postcard with the chandelier. I like that. Let's go with this. And this is cardstock, so I can rough this up. Okay, let's get this down because I like it there. I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that. Well, obviously I'm not now going to change my mind. It's going on the journal. Okay. Now, roughing this up. I'm getting kind of excited. Like I'm looking forward to sewing this together and just seeing what it looks like as a whole. I think it'll be cool. Now there's kind of a lace pattern on the bottom of this. What if we found a little scrap of lace to maybe put behind? Do you see what I mean? It's got that scrap of lace. Let's see. Pulling up the big old lace bucket. Here we go. Now that's the black that we used. We're certainly not going to use that sparkly stuff. I don't think they had a whole lot of denim. What's this? I'm pulling up these. Oh, it's kind of similar. This might work. Nah. It looks like printing. You know what I mean? The printing process. And that's no. Did I say no? Oh, I can't put it back in. Oh wait. Let's look here. What kind of scrappy something? I've got a black ribbon. Let's do that. Kind of pretend like it's washi tape. These are not fabric scissors, so they don't cut the best, but they cut good enough for right now. That's really a choppy cut. Let's see if I can improve on that a little bit. All right, now let's get some Fabri-Tac on here. Come along, there we go. And I'm just going to kind of put it towards the middle. I really don't care if the edges are a little bit sticking out, but I am going to put just a little bit right on the bitter edges. And it still may fray, but it's not going to fray quite so bad. I mean, again, we're looking for grungy and all that, so a little fraying won't hurt anything. All right, let's get I like that, don't you? Okay. Thank you, bag. I'm going to ink up these edges, and I'm using the sepia. I've changed the inks up as we've gone along to provide variety. And I think when I looked at it on camera, the sepia looks a little bit like vintage photo, but in person, it looks a little bit, I would say redder, a little bit more red. Okay. I think I'm going to just take a corner off. Yes. I'm going to get out the art glitter glue. Okay. It's getting darker. Is it seeming more spooky to you? All right, we definitely need some more. Like right here. What about that fly? Let's see. I don't mind that. I like it. Okay. Taking the sepia all around the edge, a little bit on the picture itself. Yes. Yes, I like it. So I'm thinking about my supper. Not sure what I'm gonna fix. I've got the makings of a nice salad. I could do something like that. Now I'm gonna just watch. If this wants to come up off of that ribbon, then I'll go back in with a little Fabri-Tac, but I think it'll be okay. But I will keep an eye on that. Okay, so we've got those two done. So it's like this, and this, and then these two. Okay, well, obviously we didn't get to the sewing. We've got a little bit more to do, but in the meantime, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, especially if they're thinking about making a Halloween journal. I hope you subscribe. Looking forward to seeing you in another video. Bye now.